Welcome to Real Cooking. I'm your host, Duncan Mackey. In this episode, we're on the hunt for largemouth bass. We're fishing at Notaviva Vineyards, our family farm in beautiful Northern Virginia. One of the things that we like to do in Real Cooking is that we like to keep a fishing journal. Today, my brother Ronan is going to take the water temperature. It is very important that we keep a scientific journal of our fishing activities. We like to measure things like water temperature and air temperature. We also like to look at the clarity of the water. One thing that's also very important is the time of day, because different fish feed at different times of the day. The largemouth bass is the most popular freshwater game fish. It is native to North America and is a member of the sunfish family. The world record largemouth bass was caught in Japan in 2009 and weighed 22 pounds and 5 ounces. That bass was 29 inches long. And in the summer months, largemouth bass can be really hard to catch. In this episode, we're going to try pretty much everything in our tackle box. We're going to try spinner baits, hoppers, spinners, crankbaits, Texas rigs, and drop shots using worms of all colors as well as live bluegill.
Before you cast, you want to make sure and look for any signs of feeding activity. You want to identify where the fish can hide and take cover. In our pond, we have reed beds, an island in the middle, and several overhanging trees.
Let's get to the fishing. Got one. Fish on! So, we caught the fish that we're going after, but not the right size. Now we put him carefully back in the water.
Nice fish, but not keeper size, but we'll have to go throw them in nice and safely.
We kept trying for several days, using different lures and fishing both morning and night. We even decided to take our John boat out to cast into the bass from different angles. We worked all the cover around the whole pond and brought in a few small bass, but still didn't get a keeper. Sometimes things don't always go as planned. There we go. There you are. No way. That did not just happen.
Yes, it did.
Oh yeah, fish on.
There he goes.
Fish on. This bass just came out of nowhere and just demolished my spinner. Finally, we got two big keepers. Looks to be about 15 inches long. Right. Nice largemouth, definitely a keeper. Okay, Tristan, let's get him on the stringer. Now let's put him back into the water to get some air. Oh.
Big fish, looks like a keeper. By casting the right lure to the right cover, you can catch your keeper bass.
Our persistence paid off, and we finally caught a keeper to take to the kitchen. You can have your parents help you clean the fish. Begin by making a cut behind the gill plate. Then make a very shallow cut along the back on either side of the dorsal fin, the whole way back to the tail. Then make another shallow cut down the bottom of the fish. Next, very carefully make small cuts from the backbone down to the ribs. Next, insert the knife through from top to bottom and ride it along the backbone the whole way back through the tail. Make a small cut between the meat and the skin. Continue cutting the fillet until it is completely separated. Repeat for the other side of the fish, and you are ready to get cooking. The recipe for this episode is a lemon herb baked fish. In addition to our largemouth bass, we have some wild-caught cod. Step 1 in our kitchen is to wash our hands. Step 2 is to rinse off our fish fillets. My brother Ron is going to pick some herbs for us. Let's preheat our oven to 425. First, we have to lightly oil our baking pan. Then we place our fish in the baking pan. Now we're going to get some fresh lemon juice. First, we have to add our garlic. Then we add our butter. Then we add our lemon juice. Then we whisk it around in the mixing bowl. Next, we add some salt and some fresh ground pepper. Then we spoon our lemon butter all over the fish. Then we add our herbs. Today we're using lemon thyme from our garden, but you can use whatever you like. Once our herbs are in place, we're ready for the oven. Set your timer for 10 minutes. You know your fish is done when it flakes easily with a fork. The last step is to plate it in a beautiful presentation. That's it for this episode of Real Cooking. Catch you later.